Hello and welcome to Africa Journal on the Voice of America. I'm Vincent McCory. The latest clashes in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, have raised concerns that the situation might only be getting worse, even as the African Union peacekeeping forces start taking their positions. A Ugandan soldier taking part in the African Union peacekeeping mission is one of those killed in the recent clashes, along with several civilians. Today, my guests and I will discuss Somalia's peacekeeping process. With me in the studio are my guests, Eid Bedel Mohammed, Deputy Head of the Somali Mission to the United Nations, and Bashir Sudi, a member of the Somali Diaspora Network. Welcome very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I want first to ask you, Bashir, how do you describe the current situation in Mogadishu, if you have followed the latest developments there?
Thank you very much. Before I answer that, I would like to take the opportunity to, on behalf of the Somali diaspora, send our condolences to the thousands of people who have been massacred in Mogadishu, and we pray that those who died, may they get Allah's mercy, and we also pray that the families they have left behind, may Allah grant them patience, and may Allah give speedy recovery to all those who are wounded. And we also deplore the silence of the United Nations, the human rights organizations, the same people that are making a lot of noise about Mugabe in Zimbabwe when he sends out his policemen to beat up the opposition. Mind you, not shoot them, not kill them, beat them up. But in Somalia, mortars, artillery shell, people have been killed by the thousand. ShabelNews.com, please watch that, look into that, and you will see dead bodies, pictures of dead bodies on the streets.
So what you're saying
looks like
is
Armageddon.
The situation right now is bad from your personal analysis, from what you know.
Disastrous.
Now, it is estimated, he's talked about thousands, but in the recent past, in the very recent past, it is said that over 400 civilians have been killed in Mogadishu. Over 100,000 people are said to have fled Mogadishu, and they're in some parts, say southern Shabelle, and they're going through difficult times there. Did you anticipate, as the interim government, the situation to escalate to this point?
Let me first of all say that on behalf of myself and the Somali government, we all send our condolences for the families, particularly the civilians who lost their lives. It's very unfortunate it happened, and we feel the same suffering and the pain they are currently in. So on behalf of my government, let me say we send our condolences. The number of people who have died is not yet known. We do not want to give a figure, an exaggerated figure, of the loss of life that currently happened in Mogadishu. But what we are working is to find out.
Are they few or many? No exact numbers?
No exact numbers.
Because we know we have been, it's very easy to say if one, Ethiopian soldier has been killed, or 3 Islamic forces, militias have been killed. But about the civilians, how would you describe the numbers? Many people have been killed? Very few people have been killed? I
cannot give you an exact figure for the people who have lost their lives. As far as the government is concerned, we are trying to figure out and to assist actually the families who are displaced in this current fighting in Mogadishu. In terms of figures, I'm not going to give you an exact number because we don't have it.
No exact number.
Nor does the international community know has the number of people who lost their lives.
The estimates that we get, some of them are coming from UN agencies, and they're in the hundreds. And would you dispute those numbers? And not exact number, you're not talking about particular exact number, but in terms of, the magnitude of the problem.
I came from New York. I'm based at the United Nations. I do understand what the UN said. they have not yet given any specific number of people who lost their lives. But we can tell you that we are on the process to try to find out the exact number of people who lost their life and those who are displaced. And we urge the international community to assist these people so they can get immediate humanitarian assistance in the capital of Somalia.
You have a point
yes.
to make.
Thank you, Vincent. I would like to comment on the number. 400 was, or 480 was the estimate while the fighting was going on. There's a ceasefire now, and they're counting the dead bodies. And there's a committee made up of the elders of the city of Mogadishu and the Ethiopian Voice of America in Somali was asked, we have reports that your forces are shelling the civilian neighborhoods. Why is this happening? And his answer was, yes, we will shell them if a bullet is fired at us from anywhere, regardless of who is